Hello to my beautiful family of light. Thank you for joining me here today. My name is Claudia, and I want to welcome you to my channel. I am all about you being way more than you think you are, that you have special talents and skills that you may not have uncovered yet. And so this series of videos that I'm doing, and this will be, I believe, episode 16, is all about how I went from not having a clue that there was stuff inside of me that I needed to access and unlock in order to be able to do some extraordinary things. And you have that within you. We all do. We came here as children of our Creator, and as such, these things are built into us, but they're awaiting our interest and our will to want to know more. So let's begin now with episode or chapter 16. So I've told you so far, and I am the second week into my relocation to Cody, Wyoming, and this took place in the 90s, actually in 1990. And I ended up living there for 4 years, but we'll get more detail on that, because this all came about because of an extraordinary experience I had out of body, going with a deceased relative's ghost, if you will, the spirit. My spirit went, and he gave me a list of instructions, told me I'd be moving, and the rest is history. Here I am. It did take, from that was in January to September, I quit my job. I sold my home. I left my son with his dad, and you have to remember he was old enough to decide that amongst us that it would be best if he stayed with his dad, so that he could have his time with his friends. I mean, this was too big of a change for a 13-year-old, not knowing. We didn't have a clue. People, by the time I told people I would be moving, they wanted to know why. And honestly, I did not have a reason. I was given an instruction from a guidance that was within me. I could feel it, if you can see this, inside by my heart. And this area of the body is known as the seat of the soul. So this is the area that talks to us from our Creator, and we, as humans with an intelligence, then incorporate that into our lives and find ways of making that come about. And the communication is all happening down here. So it's a knowing within you. And I will tell you, if you haven't had an experience of that knowing beyond doubt, then I would invite you to ask for one, because this is a free will planet. Our guides and guardians cannot interfere. They need to know we're working together with them, that we're in harmony with them, that we want their input. You don't have to say yes. In my case, I came to know, and this is easily 10 or 15 years later, that it was by my prior agreement. The soul had made this commitment long before, but that's another story we'll get into later as we move through these episodes, because my goal here is to walk you through experiences in my life. I'm an ordinary person, into how I said, you have to trust this. You just have to trust it. So, what is it that sets me apart? Because I'm just like you. I've had to, like I say, work. was a working mother and wife, and I took care of the home, the car repairs, the dental appointments, the doctor's appointments. I lived, it's was only like 14 or 15 miles away, but it was an hour and a half commute in the morning and an hour and a half at night, if not more. And heaven forbid it should snow or have a, horrible storm. Then it lengthened that. So anyhow, time goes on. I am just like you, and I'm in a new town 2 weeks in. I'm having doubts because even though what occurred to me was so powerful, it was so strong, I had a doubt that night. And I was reminded that I wasn't paying attention, and I said, yes, I got every word. And so I began to follow this path based on the unseen, based on, not knowing, based on your mind, your body. Everything wants to respond with no, because you don't know where you're going. You don't have a job. You don't have a home. You don't even know why. You haven't been told why you're going there. So this is a pretty huge departure from the normal for me. Now, I'm 2 weeks in, and I'm having, doubts, and I'm given an experience of, it was like a direct communication with me, but what I'm seeing and feeling this gray, cloudy, kind of a wintry fall kind of a day, and the sky opens up, a little patch of blue with white clouds and fingers of light, golden and just brilliant white light shining down in this valley on this farm. And you see it is a meticulous, this whole area, ranches and farms, meticulous, cattle, horses playing, golden aspens, a beautiful river. I mean, it was just picturesque and so soothing. And it was a message, and I don't know if I made it up or heard it, but it was, this is what's pleasing to God. And so I didn't at the time take that to mean that it really was a reflection on my life. It was a reflection of God offering me up some peace so that I would settle down and be calm and not have the fears. But I still didn't know why I was there. I didn't have a ranch or cattle or any of those things. So anyhow, I go back, and that within a couple of days, I'm led to let's see, what do they call that? It's a recruitment, if you will, for gray ladies for the local hospital. And I've always been compassionate and loving and caring. I go to this, I meet this marvelous woman who becomes a lifelong friend, she and her husband. And they're very important people in the community. So I'm being now, introduced to other things in the community as a result of meeting this person. And normally I wouldn't volunteer for such things. I have, up to that point been working dental. I just hadn't had a chance or an opportunity. You do things at church and that kind of stuff. But this was not a bit of a, I would say a bit of a departure for me, because this was a real commitment to something that I didn't even know much about, other than I had a quadriplegic brother. And as a young person, I knew what it was to be in hospitals day after day, year after year, over and over again, the smell, the things that had to take place there, infections and compassion and kindness, were the operative words that were required. So I meet this woman and her husband. They take me under their wing, and we become fast friends. They look in on me. They want to know I'm taken care of. They have me over for meals quite often, and I get to do some extraordinary things with them. And the holidays are coming. The other thing is I hook up with a church, and I had been out on the look. I wanted a spiritual community or family, if you will, and just, hadn't really found any. I'm not religiously oriented. I had found from all of my experiences and explorations that I wasn't somebody who could really follow a dogma or a doctrine very well. There were aspects of God, our creator, Jesus, if you will. I was raised as a Catholic, so with the saints and Mother Teresa and all these kinds of beautiful, wonderful things, but being tied to a doctrine or dogma just didn't sit with me. So I remained spiritually oriented. At least I was finding that out. That's what I called it. And so I hooked up with a church, began singing with the choir, helped with the children's choir, and that leads to other things, and I'm going to go into those stories in my next chapter. What I'm here about today is I want you to ask yourself, here's an ordinary person, and if you've been following along, you know that the things that have me have these experience, and I don't want to use the term set me apart. These are the things that have me have the experiences. And I think that if you're willing to incorporate small tidbits, little aspects of these characteristics into your own experience, that you too will begin opening up. Number one, and probably foundational, at this point I had a strong love of God, our source, our creator. Now there's many names for it, and because of my studies, even up to that point, I believe that almost every single religion has one God. They look different for that culture, for that area of the earth, but it's all one God. And so and I believe that we're all united under one umbrella, the name of God, and you can call it whatever you want. Language, we lack for language. There's a barrier there. The other thing is I'm a curious person. Now, curiosity has gotten me into trouble more than once, I will tell you. However, you have this inner mechanism, and this is the single most important thing that I'm here to hopefully get you to begin moving in the direction of moving aside any fear, so that this inside of you that's connected with our Creator can be communicating with you in subtle ways. Now, some of mine have been pretty dramatic, but up to this point, there have been subtle things. The fingers of light coming down on that valley area with its absolute beauty, and all you can do is catch your breath and say, this is a God that is pleased with what man is doing here and with his creation. And everything else is gray. I mean, it is absolutely gray. And here's this patch of blue and fingers of light coming down. So it's a matter of you getting out in nature a bit. That shifts your energy. And when you go for walks, I love to fish and hike and explore different things. Here in Wyoming, this is one of the seats of dinosaurs. There's all kinds of dinosaur artifacts here that you can go see. I mean, it's just go out and do these things and explore. And to me, it was foreign country when I got here. We had cactus. We have sagebrush. I've sat on cactus. That's not fun. It's not a good way to discover there's cactus beneath your feet. And that sort of thing. Curiosity. You want to know more about who you are, why you are here, why you were put here, what you can do. I mean, what else is within you? We all have nudges. We all have a need to know more. And so you can only find that out if you start asking questions. Just say, why am I here? What is all this about? And then your Creator will begin feeding you whatever information is in your best interest, your highest good. There is not one aspect of our God that is hateful. It is a loving God. We're his children. He wants what parent doesn't say they want the happiness for their children, right? And so there is one God. We're all under one umbrella. We even have what they're now calling, science knows there's a quantum nature to us, right? And they don't know exactly what that means yet, but it is to many an aspect of our Creator waiting expression. So that's the number one thing I want you to know, is that this is foundational for me. Number two, you have this guidance system in you. It's a compass. It will steer you in the right direction. It is that little conscious thing that sits on your, this is my left shoulder. It looks probably right to you, but my right side sits on your right shoulder and says, you don't want to do that. Don't go over there and do that. Start following those feelings. Our Creator is creation. An artist develops their work out of inspired action. It's that they're taking the creative juices get boiling. Isn't that the word that's used? Well, our Creator created us. Feelings count. Do not, under any circumstances, discount your feelings. And if you have been, stop it. Honestly. You are entitled to how you feel, and you've earned that right. I mean, you wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, there's real feelings attached to those. So you're going to buy through inquiry and questioning and wondering and curiosity. Haven't you ever said to yourself, why did I say that? Why did I do that? I have many times. I'm pretty sure you probably have too. And then the third thing is trust. You can trust yourself. What one of us came here with a manual. The only manual that's within us is this guidance system that sits right here that's saying, you don't want to do that. Well, you may not want to do that. It's a slippery slope. It might look interesting to you, but please don't go get drunk. Please don't do this. Please, please just think about it. So those are the kinds of things. There is no thing that sets me apart from you, with maybe one exception. I learned to trust that. I learned to trust the feelings and thoughts, and there were lots of hard times of me trying to get through to what was buried because I was suppressed. And so you can go back and pick up on the videos, and we're gonna go into, now I'm in this town, I don't know why I'm there, remember? And so now it's time for the Creator to start moving me in a particular direction that is going to help me start shifting into trusting myself more and having some mighty wonderful experiences that lead me to some pretty profound events. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to stop it here for today. I'm glad you came. I'm the same as you. We're just, I'm in my 70s. You probably are working your way in that direction. And with a little bit of luck, right? And so it's a lifelong process, and it is well worth the effort. Well, and it's so much fun once you get involved in accessing that guidance system, following it along. It's going to lead you on some pretty fabulous adventures. So anything you want extra to know about me or how to reach me is down below in the description area. Please like and subscribe. Subscribing lets you get a new chapter when they come up. And share with your friends, and sit down and have conversations about some of these things that are coming up. And don't forget to comment. Leave your comments as to maybe events in your own life, or get a hold of me through one of the methods down below. So as it goes with me, you know that I love you this much. These arms go all the way around you in a loving, warm, light-filled embrace, letting you know you are more than you think you are, and feel that. And please be good stewards of our planet. And until I see you again, be well, be safe, stay happy, and remember, you are more than you think you are. Till next time.